Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Amy.
And I'm Katie.
And today we are going to cook one of my favorite childhood memories.
And also one of my favorite foods.
And of course we're talking about sweets. We're going to make turtles today. Basically what I've done is taken the recipe that my mother used. It's a Land of Lakes recipe that's been around forever, and changed it to suit our tastes. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to first do the crust. I have the oven on 350, so it's heating up. A cup of flour, a half a cup of butter, and a cup of brown sugar. You're going to mix it up, and that makes the crust. Then we're going to make the caramel mixture, and that's basically, you guessed it, more butter. I'm Southern. And brown sugar. There's going to be some pecans in there, and lots of chocolate. Katie, are you ready?
Yep.
Oh, I almost forgot. Come follow over here. We're going to be measuring out the butter, or the flour, so we need a handy dandy knife. Out the flour, and I'm going to make a bit of a mess. Okay, Katie, it's ready. Go ahead and dump the flour in.
Okay.
Level off your flour. You never scoop it up in the mixing cup. You never shake it. You fill it, and you take the knife and level it off. Now comes the brown sugar. To do the brown sugar, it gets firmly packed in the measuring cup, which is exactly the opposite of what you do with the flour. And it's kind of fun pounding it all in there. And do you know how I know if I've done it right? It comes out as a solid block. Now all I'm going to do now is turn my handy dandy mixture on to about 2. And that's the nice part about this. I can leave this alone now. That is going to be the caramel sauce.
Yum.
That takes 1 1/3 cups of butter. So Katie, if you'll put that in, yes, that is a lot of butter. Go ahead and put that in the saucepan.
Okay.
No self-respecting caramel sauce would be without brown sugar. So, once again, we're going to pack it in. Okay, Kate, go ahead and dump it in. It's got one bit of butter that's not cooperating. Now it's got a nice crumbly texture, which is what we want.
Yes, it is.
All you do is dump it in there, and then push it down. What could be easier? Nothing.
Yeah.
And it is a delicious, kind of sweet, almost shortbready type crust.
Yep.
Now, next thing we do is we take pecans and spread a layer on top of the push down crust. Now these aren't just any pecans, these are Oklahoma pecans. Fresh. Katie and I actually cracked them ourselves.
Yep.
Took us quite a bit of time.
And it was very hard.
And it was very difficult, but they're now ready. Katie, do you want to put the layer of pecans down?
Okay.
It's about, my best guess would be 1.5 cups. I never measure it because I really do want a nice thick layer of pecans. Now, depending on the type of person you are, some people lay them out straight in lines. Now, I'll be the first to admit I don't enjoy doing that, but it does make cutting them a lot easier. We're about to make the caramel sauce. 1 1/3 cups of butter and a cup of brown sugar firmly packed. I'm going to turn on the heat to about medium.
Okay.
What's going to happen is that butter is going to melt, and then we're going to have a light boil. And we're going to boil it for about a minute. What I'm going to do now is just let it melt, and we wait.
It already does look like a caramel sauce.
This needs to boil while it's being stirred constantly for 1 minute, and it gets very tricky. This is unbelievably hot. Pour it on to the pecan and crust mixture. And try to get it as level as we can. And I know you're thinking, what's she gonna do with those chocolate chips? Well, we're gonna wait until after it cooks for 18 minutes in a 350 oven, and then we'll put the chocolate chips on top of it. The best part about cooking is licking the bowl.
Yep.
There's about 5 minutes left on the timer. Let's see how it looks. There it is. Now what we're looking for is a top caramel layer that is bubbly. It's not quite bubbly yet. It's getting there. I see a couple bubbles in the corner. So let's go ahead and close it and wait another 5 minutes or so and check on it then. Here we go. Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
And very, very hot. And what we're going to do, this is going to be a really nice thick layered crust of chocolate, is we're going to let it set for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll come back and swirl it. It's been about 2 minutes, and all we're going to do is very carefully spread the chocolate out. And you want to leave some of the chocolate chips whole. It kind of adds to the look of the dish. And I never measure how much chocolate I put on here. My best guess is about 2 cups. It's a lot of chocolate, and it's going to be a thick, thick covering. In my opinion, chocolate is just as important as any of the other ingredients in this, and you just don't want to skimp on it.
No, you don't.
And there you go. Now we're going to let it cool. We're going to let it cool, and then we're going to cut it into bars. This will keep in the refrigerator up to a week, week and a half.